Hey, everybody. All right, so we've got that forecast here for Beryl jumping on into the next 24 to 36 hours, really, is kind of what we're looking at. So, when it comes down to it, this is where it is right now. You can see exactly where that is and where it's moving on through. But what I want to draw your attention to is this. You can see right here how you get this long area of just continuous rainfall all in one spot, and it creates this line. That is like a train on tracks. That is the whole reason that, well, at least part of it, that we have to watch for the heavy rainfall and potentially that flooding issue from Beryl. You can see the track that it takes. Now, exactly where it sets up, whether it's here or whether it's here or whether it's here, all of that will determine just the difference in a couple of miles, how much rain we get, and who's actually at risk of getting some flooding and who is not. So let's show you what this means. We do have flood watches already issued for most of our counties in southeast Michigan, aside from Lenawee and Monroe. But you'll notice the rest of the mid-Michigan communities into the thumb, and in areas out near Lansing and down toward Kalamazoo, Grand Rapids, all of those are also in flood watches here, all the way up through Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock. Makes sense. That's where the rain's expected to go on through, right? Now, when we get the rainfall out of it, what we've got here in this yellow highlight is the excessive rainfall outlook. Basically, anybody in the yellow, because it can still wiggle around a little bit, has that chance to get the higher rainfall amounts. Mainly, we're looking at a good 1 to 3 for everybody, but I know that's a broad range. So, 2 to 3 is looking like the more likely number for most of us, with a couple of spots where you get that rain constantly over the same spot, like a train on tracks. That's where you have that chance to get a little more than 3. Now, let's break that down when it comes actually to the model here for us. As we get this animating, the main thing that we have to look at is how long does it take for those continuous bands to roll in. You can see right here, showers start to arrive. They continue through the night, all the way up through Wednesday morning. Little bit of a break right here, but the main reason is not because it's done. It's because the center right here where it's dry, that is starting to move in. That has everything that constantly spirals around it. It keeps going counterclockwise around that area of low pressure. So, as we keep going forward here, you can see the rain continuing all the way up into Wednesday afternoon, a little lighter then, but then it finally exits the area by about that 8 o'clock at night time frame on Wednesday. The heaviest is Wednesday morning. That's when the rain will be at its heaviest point. So, what are we actually talking about when we look at rainfall potential? Well, we're going to give you some of these numbers here. Now, some places might throw out down to the 10th of an inch. No. No computer model can get down to even the 10th or the 100th of an inch like that close when it comes to individual rain showers. You just can't. So what we're looking at here is a good bet at up to around an inch to inch and a half in areas around Detroit, but more than likely our western and also northern areas have the chance there to get that 2.5 to 3 inch mark. That's where you've got the heavier rain band setting up, because again, you'll notice that goes all the way down to the southwestern part of the state. So that lines up pretty well. So if you're in Washtenaw, Livingston, Oakland, Macomb, Lapeer, St. Clair, and Sanilac counties, that's where some of the heaviest rainfall is expected, along with in areas in northern Wayne. Monroe and even Lenawee counties, maybe not as much. This little bit right here, I'm not sure I necessarily buy that, but there's the chance that that rain hooking around the back end on Wednesday afternoon could leave us with some heavier showers. So that's mainly what we're looking at when it comes down to that rain. So the bottom line, what we've got is that chance for flooding, but it depends on the storm track. We've got this system here midweek, and we're going to continue with the updates for you. Stacy's got updates through the afternoon here. I'm going to have updates for you starting at 5 o'clock on CBS News Detroit. If you're watching this on social media or on TikTok, you check us out. We're live streaming all the time. You don't have to turn on TV. We don't really do that anymore, right? So check us out. We're going to have some updates there for you, of course, as we've got Beryl continuing to move all the way up to the northeast, that heavy rain chance with that isolated flooding chance all right there, and we've already got the flood watches there because of it. So again, it's also not unheard of for us to get tropical systems in Michigan. We have had them before. We had Cristobal in 2020, and before that you go all the way back through Ike and all the way back. So a lot of different systems bring tropical moisture to the state. We'll keep an eye on things here for you. We'll have some updates again later on today, but stay dry and then get ready for the heat and the humidity, the tropical warmth that it pulls on in right behind it through the end of the week and into the weekend. I will see you on the air starting at 5 o'clock, but this is the latest update for you. We'll have more later tonight.